Listen, y'all. Happy Taco Tuesday. You understand me? It is Taco Tuesday, and I'm so happy about that. We got 2 days in the week down, three more to go. Then we got this weekend, which happens to be Mother's Day, right? Okay, I hope you ladies are having a wonderful day. I hope that everything is well in your life, that you're dust free, right? That you're going to have various different varieties of tacos tonight. Okay, what's going on, Miss Pretty Nurse? June Brown's wife is here. B Sunflower is here. Melanin Chocolate is here. And also on the board, Lady Posh is here. Brown Eyed Goddess is here. And congratulations to you again, ma'am. Right? We have Raven Beauty in this building with her amazing ass. And she has amazing things going on in her life as well. Y'all are just kicking ass out here. Sarah Wilson, how are you doing? Colette de Jour, hi now. Let's get it. While we're waiting for more folks to come in, y'all, I couldn't believe it. Sometimes I myself even get, surprised that some shit happens, that this is real life. So I owe one of my followers over there on Patreon an apology. And she know who she is as soon as I start describing what happened. So she was inboxing me all day. And we was going back and forth a little bit about this girl that pepper sprayed her teacher. And I'm like, why are you sending me this? This is old. This is from 2018. Let me share my screen and just give you some proof of where I was coming from. So I'm apologizing to you because that's what us with those of us with integrity actually do. We fucking apologize when we're wrong. So I'm thinking to myself, why in the hell is she sending me this shit from 2018? I remember there was a little girl that went on ahead. She was in the hallway, okay? And she pepper sprayed her teacher and she ended up getting expelled and all this shit here. Mind you, now check it out. After I was sent the video of it actually happening, I still wasn't convinced because the clothing in the video, it looked like it came from 5 years ago. Who the fuck is still wearing denim jackets and tight, dresses with the jacket over it and that type of shit? I'm like, Then I waited a little bit. Y'all out here still doing this type of shit where I have to apologize to someone that's been following me forever, right? Listen, I am so sorry. I didn't think that this could happen twice in a lifetime. Not with a little black girl, I didn't. Right? And I sit up here every goddamn week and say, you know what? These little girls are getting just as bad as their dusty ass, preferences that they love so much. But I didn't think that in my lifetime, your lifetime, whatever, that you'd see two instances so close together, right? In less than a decade of a motherfucking girl just pepper spraying her teacher. That's so outlandish to me. That's the type of shit that'll get you put out the school system when I was in high school. But that type of stuff doesn't happen anymore because, mental health and A, B, C, D, E, F, G and all that shit there. You can't get put out of school anymore. You can act a whole ass and you get to stay there. So I'm thinking to myself, I sent her the link and everything. I'm like, look, you're sending me an old story. Look at this here. This is old. She dropped it. She was like, fuck it. You think it's old and it's old. And she moved on and sent me some more shit. But come to find out, it ain't old. It's not old. Y'all, the community is full of lunatics. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh shit, she was right. She was right. I'm sitting up here loud and wrong. But she was right. Let me go ahead and show y'all this stupid ass video of y'all's, precious children acting a damn fool. And then we're going to get to what we came here to talk about. Because guess what? I can say I'm sorry. I don't just run to the fucking internet and then start spewing shit that I don't know about. Ain't that right, Haitian bitches? Ain't that right? And then don't come back and say, oh, that's what it is. No, we don't come to try to be the first person to tell the story. Because it ain't that serious. It ain't about views. It ain't about nothing but getting your ass away from these goddamn stupid ass motherfuckers in Blackistan. Where's this damn video? Y'all take a look at this shit.
No, I gotta go. Hold on. No.
Don't fucking touch me. She just pepper sprayed me. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. God, wait. Hey. Can I get my phone? Can I get my phone? I need my phone.
Over the phone is crazy.
I need my phone.
Look at this nigga.
I need my phone. Okay, give me my phone. Can I get my phone? No, you can't.
Watch out now. I'm going in. Watch out. Don't go back to the library.
I need my phone. I need to get my phone. That's my phone. Can I get my phone? Not right now.
Now, I can't believe what I just saw. Listen, now if somebody would have came and body slammed her that was a resource officer, you'd have a fit. That was an assault that y'all just witnessed, believe it or not. Okay, I don't know what y'all telling y'all baby girls, but y'all better stop this shit because it's getting real out here. All right? Everybody's not going to be putting up with this nonsense. She's suffering consequences. That's all the school system can say. But they have opened up an investigation on her, and I hope they take her ass to jail. Let me ask y'all another question. Why is it, and it got to be some sort of glitch with Black women and Black women alone. Why is it when Black women and girls get passionate about something, they select a sentence and they repeat that shit over and over and over again? Baby girl said, give me my phone. Give me my phone. I need my phone. Give me my phone. She sprayed him. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Y'all want to know why bitches do that type of shit? It's because it's worked in the past and it's starting not to work. some sort of glitch fucking happens, and they think if they repeat it a million times, that somehow reality is going to change and you're going to get your way. But that's starting not to work. So y'all are having more and more tantrums in public. You were on Front Street with this nonsense. And to the Patreon member that sent this to me, my bad. I didn't think this could happen so close. Aaliyah, you got anything on this before we move the fuck on, y'all?
Yeah, I do. Because, see, the carry and use of pepper spray or mace is usually prohibited in schools because it's considered a weapon. So she should be expelled from the school district and let her mama figure out how to get her back and forth to her next school. So that's the first thing. Secondly, he would be wrong if he turned around and sued her mammy because we know nobody can find her daddy. So he needs to sue her mama for her recklessly discharging pepper spray with the intent to harm over a fucking cell phone, which she had no business with at school. See, these parents are providing these devices for their children to disrupt the classrooms. And since they aren't there to learn anyway, they may as well keep them at home with them. And I really wish these teachers would stop trying to argue, debate, or risk attack over these devices and just put these disrespectful ass kids the fuck out of their classrooms. But here's the problem with that. If they did that, the parents have acted a damn fool so bad for so long, and these school districts fear constantly having to battle litigation because people abuse the court system so bad by bringing forth meritless lawsuits. So because people sue now for absolutely everything, it's going to be very hard for these teachers, principals of the school districts to restore and keep order in their schools. So again, I think the best thing to do at this point is just to send them home with their parents and have them pay for all their materials to either homeschool them or they can pay for them to go to private school and just be done with it. I feel that this is the only solution at this point. It's time for the parents to parent and they can deal with the monsters they've raised instead of forcing them to constantly be somebody else's problem. These are your children. You educate them. So if they don't learn anything, then that's on you too. And a lot of parents are claiming they're pulling their children out of public schools anyway because they aren't learning anything. And I'm sure the teachers need y'all to move a little bit faster with doing that because they know your children can barely read and write, but you will constantly disrupt and be violent and do shit like this. But just like with anything else, it's their denial and delusion over their children's full potential, which is going to lead to being very problematic in the future because everything is all fun and games until it's time to try to attend something other than your local community college. And your child is not only incapable of putting together a resume or curriculum vitae, but they are unable to submit a well thought out or cohesive admissions essay or statement of purpose for interest to their academic programs of interest. But see, we don't have to worry about that because y'all are raising little criminals who absolutely have no ambitions outside of destruction, who live on their cell phones, and you've expressed to them how many times they don't need school in order to be successful. Not to mention, I've heard parents calling their teachers dumb to their children. So they've already sent the message that these little bastards, that they already know everything and that everybody else around them knows nothing. So that's where we are now.
Yeah, that's where we are. And the thing is, I hope it happens sooner rather than later because I'm gonna tell you something. I could never do that job. I could never do that job whatsoever. I know what my limitations are, and what you're not gonna do is spray me once and then spray me again and then keep squawking that same fucking shit. I need my phone. I need my phone. See, I've been clicked on our motherfucking ass, and I don't want to beat nobody's child to the ground. So I would never, ever aspire to be a teacher. To the teachers out there that's in the chat, listen, hats off to you. I don't know how y'all put up with this nonsense, especially from these motherfuckers. You know who I'm talking about. Snapple, what you got on this?
I was just gonna say, paging the They Just Kids Brigade, Taj Mahal.
I ain't seen that bitch in a long time.
Yeah, they just kids, right? These are girls, they're children. They shouldn't be questioned. Their phone shouldn't be taken, right? Right? That's what y'all gonna say. And this is why I'm telling y'all, divested Black women, do not be disarmed by the teenage girls. I'm sorry, I know your heart bleeds for them. Mine does too sometimes. But a lot of the time, they are like this girl on this video, and the other girls that DZ has shown, they are in cahoots with the little miniature Kangs. So,
did you see the Kang? Did you the Snapple? Did you see the little boy in the back? He was dying laughing, and then homeboy that was taping it. I mean, they love shit like this. They live for shit like this. Don't tell them to sit down and get a lesson. What the fuck you mean? We came here to get lit, turned, and all type of stupid shit. What's going on, Ebony?
Well, certainly not this shit.
The
My kids,
bitches are stupid.
my kids went to prep schools and private schools, and basically, you checked your phone when you came in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you checked that shit when you came in, and if the child sneaked it to their desk somehow, parent gets called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my children were deathly afraid that they were going to call me.
See, but you are a good parent, and that school that you went to know what type of parents that they're dealing with because you actually care about the child's education and future. You try to call one of these goddamn mammies.
Oh
Excuse
no.
me, Jawakatima. Yes, yes, ma'am. Octavius had his phone out during the test, and he was googling answers to the test. So I took the phone. Baby, the wings gonna come out and the bird is gonna start squeaking. Do you understand? The bonnet's gonna be on fire. I'm on my way down there. No, y'all didn't take my baby phone. You ain't buy this shit. This month that I bought it. Y'all ain't got no motherfucking right to touch my child cell. My child. You ain't got no right to touch my child's cell phone. Now, next time you need it, you call me and I come take his cell phone from here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers just trip around here. I can't stand them fucking whores.
Oh,
They should be
oh,
working anyway. What
That was
the hell?
too spot on, DZ.
That's how them bitches talk. I can't stand them. They sound like they have a traumatic brain injury. Maybe you do, because you still fuck with black men, don't you? And they got the best right hooks, right? Until Zaddy shows up. What's happening, Kyra?
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies.
no.
Before I get into it, I have some shout outs I'd like to give.
Hmm.
I would like to wish a happy Teachers Appreciation Week to the divested teachers, a
Yeah, yeah.
happy Nurses Week to the divested nurses,
Absolutely.
and congratulations to the young, to the ladies who are graduating college this weekend. A lot, we had someone call up before the live to tell us that she was graduating with her bachelor. So, congratulations to y'all. Now, I was going to point out that notice how the black girl is going to receive disciplinary consequences. Let this have been a little cicada. Oh no, he would have been facing disciplinary actions. He would just be, given in school suspension or some bullshit.
Girl, I swear. I don't know. Y'all keep y'all kids out of these schools. I mean, because guess what? The teacher was on his knees in the hallway. So that means your good kid is inside twiddling their thumbs, waiting for their teacher who just got assaulted to come back in because Glocktavia is assaulting people with weapons.
I mean, and
Anyway.
see, and one more thing to you extra sensitive ass folks whose pussies don't start bleeding until you come over here and you hear certain words used as if your ears are pure and it's your first time hearing certain words ever in your life. If you're so upset about them being called bastards, I suggest more of you get involved with the Bureau of Vital Statistics where these birth certificates are kept, and then you'll see that you really can't dispute those facts either. Because I've said it before, if you live in this country, there are records for everything. So there is no debating the data collection process when all you have to do is pull the records, including all the medical records. The majority of Black women are not married at the time of childbirth, and these men are not signing these birth certificates in droves claiming their children either. They used to call the children illegitimate to make it sound better, but bastard is really what they were called initially. So again, it's the denial and delusion for me. You don't like certain words, so you force people to change what they say versus you changing what the fuck you do. And that's your problem.
Look, maybe they won't be bastards one day. Because let me tell you something. Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay right now? Seriously, I'm not playing. I'm not playing with you. Is this real life? Again, what's going on, Black women? Are y'all serious? I can't do this shit with y'all. Is this who I'm dealing with? There's still hope for me. You better believe this will be the banner of the night when my trolls finally decide to come through after they finish watching their red pill content, because that's where they are right now. Make no mistake about it. But listen, this what's happening here? Is still hope for you. Ladies, this is why these niggas are able to dangle rings over your head, because you are so thirsty. It makes no sense. how there's still hope for you. You know what
Well,
really is supposed to be happening, ladies? I'm going to keep it real with you. You sitting on $1 million right now, wherever you're sitting on $1 million. Men are supposed to hope that there's hope for them having access to you. You are the person that makes sure that they are remembered. You give them legacy. You produce people that carry their name on. You know, them little people that look like them, y'all call babies. Right. They were celebrating this shit. There's still hope for me. Y'all leave this old ass woman alone. Please, please do not use this old ass woman as your way to say that there's hope out there. I'm hoping that that's not the case. Um,
I,
Look, go ahead. I'm done. I
I, I,
can't.
I do have to say one thing. This is all the more reason to get away from Blackistan. You know why? The era, the 60-year era of no fault divorce, they are calling that into question, ladies. So if you hitch your wagon to the wrong dude, oh my God, it's going to be hell to get out of. See, this generation and younger, we don't understand the days of, where you didn't have a no fault divorce. You had to go and prove this, prove that, and the person could kill you in the meantime. Be careful. That's not the only thing you hope for. God. You know what? If you hope for yourself, you do for yourself, the love is coming. Okay? It will find you.
Absolutely. I'm serious. It will. If you put together, somebody gonna pick you up, darling. You don't have to sit around and wait. Y'all sit in these relationships, these abusive relationships, mind you, for a very long time. Let's go ahead and dig in the crates. Welcome to the most stable place on YouTube. Yes, you've made it, right? It's time for some receipts on the stability that is of the DZ area. Okay, so y'all are well aware, my day ones know that I had a Facebook page back in the day that was taken down by mammies. A shout out to y'all. Nothing has changed. The crates are open. I'm talking about this was 5 years ago when I was teeter tottering between the little lady that drinks the tea that y'all see every time I come up here versus the lady that's on some namaste chilling shit. Okay. This is when I was laying out what was going on in the so-called Black community. Look, y'all want to talk about mating? And tonight's your night. You want to talk about who to stay away from as far as these Black women go? Tonight's your night. You want to know what an actual mammy is? Because the bitch from last live was calling us mammies. But that's an antiquated term for something that was going on during slavery and Jim Crow. Anyway, literally nothing over here has changed. See, what we don't do is throw shit against the wall, see who'll like it and donate, okay? And then keep squawking that shit up out of our mouth repeatedly. No, we're talking about pre-pandemonium. It was the same talking points. We've never been pro-Black. We've never been over there trying to teach you how to be feminine. We've never been trying to teach you how to level up. Ladies, you need to get your natural hair. Ladies, you need to do this and turn into a goddamn human pretzel in order to please a man. That's not what happened. What happened was we were trying to tell you years ago that community is a wash, and this is what you're dealing with. We had our what? Our foot soldier mule. Y'all already know what it is. She's ready to hit the scenes, right? Hit the streets at a second's notice to fight the system for any injustice that a Black man faces. Let's keep going. I had to X out that R word. That's that kind of talk was what got my page taken down. The Big Mama Mammy. All of these bitches are still around. They're still here. Okay? They're not going anywhere. Make no mistake about it. You will see them if y'all are in y'all 20s right now. When you're in your 70s, these whores will still be here. You have to get away from them. There is no reforming a lot of these women. Okay. I appreciate that y'all have loved ones that y'all trying to change or whatever, but I would advise you to knock it off. You could tell whether she's open to something like divestment just by listening to what her commentary is on certain things that comes across your TV. Okay. Whenever she sees a Black man hurt, her tits start clapping together and she starts stomping the yard and acting a fool. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Okay, the Big Mama Mammy. This mammy will treat Black men as if they're your family. Y'all know this whore. Okay, she says shit like that could be your brother. Okay, that got shot. Or I got sons his age. Fuck this bitch. Next. The black is beautiful, mammy. She gets on my nerves a lot. She gets on my nerves a lot because here's the deal. They're always talking about they judge us on our skin color. It's the same thing you're doing with these black men. Didn't you say their skin was chocolate and beautiful and all that shit? You are a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. One of your favorite goddamn Dusties from 1968, before he got taken the fuck down, said that you need to be judged by the content of your character. But here you are in 2023, still talking about how chocolate his skin is. Let's keep going. I swear, y'all, this is from 5 fucking years ago. The unreciprocated loyalty, mammy. Y'all know what this is. No matter how many times they told this bitch here she looked like a pit bull, she was stomping the goddamn yard for every black man that she thought had their feelings hurt. Right? Let's keep going. Y'all know what this is. We get them over here sometimes. You know the one, the shea butter slathering weirdo who's doing kegels while she's talking to us. Yeah, that bitch. The one that tells you that your energy is off because that's why you can't get a man. The ones that tell you that your chakras ain't lined up, huh? That you a self-hating bedwench. Yeah, those whores. Let's keep going. The feminist mammy. This one touched a lot of people in their soul because women aren't treated right. Shut the fuck up. Because every time I see one of you Afro bitches that claim that you're a feminist, you somewhere fighting for a black man. Let's go. Yeah, bitch. Yes. The die-hard cougar. You know the one. They got 5 fucking baby daddies, right? Nothing ever worked out for her. And she's telling you, do what I did. Yeah, I made some mistakes, but this is how you do it better. She won't tell you to leave the community. She wants you to fuck your life up just like hers is fucked up. Right? Later comes out that she's eating 50-cent booty and all type of shit. Pull up. Right? She's usually the mother of this bitch here. That bitch right there. The one that squawks, give me my cell phone, give my cell phone, give my cell phone. Those bitches. Huh? This is not nothing new. We don't have a past of calling white people albinoids and all that type of shit. We have stood steadfast on the message. It doesn't change depending on super chats. It doesn't change depending on cash apps. It doesn't change because people say your channel stagnant. It doesn't change based on views. The facts are the facts, bitch. And last but not least, they're not all mammy. Darling, I find this one kind of funny because she fucked around and found out too. Aaliyah, you got anything?
I'm so glad you went back in the archives and brought all this shit back up because now you're telling us the different types of mammies all over again. And see, this is classy. But the thing is, it's sad that you fast forward all these years later and this is still very much relevant. And I disagree with the mammy being an antiquated word because we all know, any real divested woman knows that they started being called mammies as a direct result of them referring to us as bed wenches. So if you're gonna go back and draw back what you thought what was a pejorative term at the time, if you're gonna go back and draw a word back from that era to describe the woman who dates interracially or marries interracially, and you're gonna be that disrespectful. Okay, well, y'all bitches are mammies. Y'all stay mothering these niggas, pop your tits out they mouth sometimes. So I think it was fitting. It was fitting back then, and it's still fitting today. I don't think it's antiquated at all because there's no
No. What
word.
I was saying was the original meaning of mammy. You know, the one with the
Yeah.
heads of the Handy McDaniel and all that shit there. They just changed who they're mammying for at this
Oh,
point.
absolutely. That's why I say it's still very much relevant today. And see, they say it because they think they're gonna shame us from using it. Oh, they say that so much. They overuse that word. No, we're remember when we were bed wenches all this time? We've been
Mhm.
bed wenches. So we repaid the favor now. So you don't get to dictate to us how much we call you a mammy because you're still a mammy. And that still holds very much true to this day. So I'm glad you went back in the archives and got this. And I hope the
Mhm.
people who are still confused about what the fuck a mammy really is, now you see you got some sort of blueprint. This woman just gave you the blueprint for it.
Y'all better stay the fuck away from these whores. Okay? The thing about a mammy is this. When she's upset with a Dusty, sometimes the mammy can make sense. She's only gonna make sense for 5 minutes though. Okay? All it takes is for her to take her ass to the 7-Eleven and a black man hold open the door. Then all of a sudden, she experiences this shift, and you don't even know who the hell she is anymore. They're that thirsty. Black women who are mammies know full fucking well what a black man is. They're not confused. They're not programmed. They're not none of this shit. They're stubborn and they're comfortable in the toxicity in which they grew up in, period. Period. They are not being duped into anything because, like I said, like we just saw with the little girl, you can't program that little girl that cell phones are not acceptable in class. Even though she was told several times, you can't use your cell phone. Okay, so how on earth is she programmed to continue to mess with black dudes when you can't program her with nothing else? It only seems like that convenient label of programmed comes up when it comes to black men. You can't program a mammy to do shit else. She can have a job and tell you she didn't come here to work, right? And she knows good and goddamn well she's there to work, huh? That programming is a crutch. These bitches are dangerous as hell. Snapple, what you got?
Well, I'm also going to thank you for pulling out the archives and giving these descriptors of the different types of mammies. It just goes to show, even though we already know you're the OG, you've been doing this shit, like you said, pre-pandemic. As far as the programming goes, I think that was an excuse that was a little bit acceptable pre-pandemic, but ever since St. Fentanyl and all that bullshit that has happened, these excuses have got to stop. There is no excuse there. I mean, I think I've said it up here before. We're in the information age. There's way too much accessible information about these Kangs and their degeneracy, and in the community and the kids, all of them, the whole fucking community. So the whole programming thing, like, I'm not buying that shit anymore.
Another reason why I did this shit, because I'm tired of these fucking bitches out here talking about I'm a newbie. Motherfucker, let me tell you something. I've been divested since I was 17 years old. Ain't nothing new about this shit at all. The difference between you and me, content creator bitch, is that I wasn't on here looking for anybody to dick me down. I already had that. See, you're sitting up here trying to piss these black men off. Spoiler alert, they're already pissed with you, bitch. They don't like you, okay? I'm not looking for a black man to go ahead and tell me he likes me. That would upset me, actually. What the fuck you like me for? Huh? I'm doing something wrong. The fuck?
I'm not a new. Go ahead, Kyra. I'm sorry.
Oh, I interrupted you. Please go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, I feel you on that because I'm 13 years strong in the game myself. So, I mean, hell no, nobody up here is a newbie. I think we all speak from personal experience. I mean, but even if you are newly divested, but that's just how these bitches are. They swear to God, like, if you haven't been here since, Moses parted the Red Sea, I guess, that means that you don't have the right to speak on anything.
My question is, where's the results? Okay, since you've been here since Moses part of the Red Sea, where are the results? Because I had somebody inbox me earlier today because we had a private live, right? And they were saying you guys were, do you think they were a little too harsh on certain people that came in alive? Absolutely the fuck not, because guess what? Rubbing your shoulders did not fucking work. What it did was make you think that you had a soft place to land, just like the nigga does. So you could go out here, fuck up, say what you want to say, do what you want to do, fuck who you want to fuck, and then come land on Divestors so we can massage your shoulders and tell you it's going to be okay. That didn't work. It resulted in the death rate of you going like exponentially up. When I first started this shit, it was like every 9 hours. Here we are at 4.6. So the shoulder massaging doesn't work.
I said the same thing. There's been no results in all this time. For everybody want to talk about they've been here since, Jesus said, let there be light. I mean, you've been here all this time, but there's been no progress. The same shit is still happening that was going on then. So what have you done? What have you accomplished? You're still saying the same shit you were saying then. So go ahead, Kyle.
Well, the thing is, for the ones trying to talk about, well, I was here first of all, the real question is, what were you saying back in the day? Because most of these women, if not all of them, their message has changed. A lot of them, even the ones that were so-called Black women's empowerment, they were trying to curry favor with the cicada, trying to, come to the table, trying to contort themselves into a pretzel, taking his criticisms, as valid and trying to, fix themselves. They were not really calling it like it is, like DZ is. So yes, you might have been here on the YouTube streets longer, but you were popping some bullshit out of your mouth. I
Yeah, unfortunately, I was finishing raising my children. What you guys are not doing because yours are out in the street acting a fucking fool. Ain't that a thought? Wait till both of your kids walk across that stage and get their life started and then pick up a cheap ass microphone and say, "Hey, bitch, what you doing?" How about that
Oh,
part?
and
I
let
wanted
me,
to
I'm
circle
sorry.
I wanted to circle back to the feminist mammy in particular because, she sort of changed her colors, changed her spots on YouTube lately. Have you noticed that a lot of these so-called feminist black women are doing the all men are bad brigade? They're doing the black males are just as bad as white males and whatnot. They're not no more degenerate, and
They
it's
have
just a
changed
male
their
problem,
tune.
and
They've
we just
changed
get together and lick each other's clits.
they've changed their tune so many times. Y'all listen to some of the stuff I've heard since I've been around on YouTube, and I'm talking about early 2010s. That white people were part fruit fly, right? I've heard these are from all of your divested or so-called BWE or Black Women in Empowerment or trash bag people, right? White people were made of fruit flies and some other shit that she used to say. That they're albinoids, that not all of them are bad, that they're conquered, but yet you still having babies by them. I've heard so much crazy shit. And all it says to me is that you want black men to act right. And baby girl, it's not going to happen, not in your lifetime or the next. You could get old, die, and come back, and you still gonna see trash bags all over the motherfucking place. You just gonna see it. I'm sorry.
I think
DC,
these
what I
new
don't
I think these new school feminist mammies, they're trying to they see the tide shifting amongst black women and they're trying to scare black women into staying put. Like, if you're not going to be with black males, just be single. Now, there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being Roy G. Biv. But if you're a heterosexual black woman who would like companionship, there's no reason why you should stay at home with a rose if you don't want to.
Um, Somebody
what
was
I
trying
don't
to
understand
go
is why
ahead.
don't they just say what they want? Be honest. I want these black men over here and I want them to change, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Well,
Just
they tried
say it.
that as well. Ebony, they tried that too. And what black men did was they put both of their hands in the air and then formed two birds with their middle fingers and said, "Fuck you, bitch. Suck my dick down to the base." That was the reply. They've tried everything. All right?
And let me say this too before you move on, because I'm glad you mentioned the Haitian mammies again at the very beginning of this. So let me circle back to that because I'm gonna wrap this up and explain this for the last fucking time because a lot of people seem to get in their feelings. Let me explain something to y'all, and hopefully you understand this because I didn't just get my GED last week, and being on this channel just validates for me why I don't fool with too many black women, and my circle is very, very small. Just because you get up here and you say something politely and then throw in, "but I love your channel," or "I'm a fan of your work," doesn't make the shade any less shady or the comment any less disrespectful. Some call it passive aggressive, but I like to call it nice, nasty. You hop on this woman's panel and suggest that she was being dishonest, as well as the rest of the panel by extension, in our remarks about Haiti. So off the bat, you're already trying to question our integrity and then call yourself trying to check us about historical facts like what we said was not true. And just because you say something nicely doesn't mean that wasn't what you were trying to do. Nothing that was said up here was false. And I don't give a fuck what country you're from or how mad you get about it. So for the last time, I don't see how you can brag about claiming a victory if you got to turn around and pay your slave masters reparations for your freedom and in doing so completely bankrupt your entire country, because that's ultimately what happened. And still you think you won and then try to call us slaves because they chose to revolt only to become indebted to their slave masters. Make it make sense. Yeah, they revolted, won the battle, and ultimately lost the war. That's called a checkmate, honey. France said, fuck that, pay me. We'll cripple them that way. That's the definition of being conquered, being allowed to think you've won when you haven't. France said, you wanted your freedom? Okay, now run me my money. And the country never recovered. But that's a victory? Oh, okay. Trust me, it's not that difficult to understand because this is what's called a repossession in poor folks' terms. That's exactly how China has its foot in Africa's ass because y'all are going to learn that he who writes the checks is who is in charge. He who writes the
Cassie,
checks is who. So there's a reason they say the pen is mightier than the sword. And how many times have I said these people are under the illusion that brawn is what wins the war? It's not the brawn that wins the war, honeys. It's the brains. But when people are too busy caping for and determined to be delusional, this is the type of shit that you have to deal with. And see, I find this all good when we're screaming hashtag all until it's time to call diaspora dusties to the carpet. Then certain people forget that they were supposed to be divested and following a divested channel and revert right back to the same shit and the bullshit caping that they did before. But hey, if you want to think you want something while sitting in somebody else's country, go right on ahead.
Cassie, is this your goddamn account, ma'am?
This is me. I don't know why my icon be acting a fool like that. But yeah, this is me. Hey y'all.
No, they, you know what happens? They literally clone your account. That's why I repeatedly say up here. If you see me typing in anybody's chat, y'all,
Mhm.
you better check the channel
Oh
because it
wow.
ain't me. Cause I'm naked some fucking where. I'm naked than a motherfucker. I spend more time naked than I do with clothes on. I'll just look. Anyway, go right ahead.
Um, no, I was about to come in and agree. First of all, everybody, especially what Leah just said, I love when they do that whole, they do the insult, like she said, the niceness. They do the insult, and then they say, "But I really enjoy what you're doing. I already love your channel." Yeah, I don't. But to this mammy stuff, real quick, the Big Mama one, she's still floating around. She didn't retire. She's still floating around. She's in this generation currently. We got some 18, 19-year-old big mamas that's going to be big mamas in 70 years because they're on those, on Twitter, TikTok, all the stuff that they're using these days, talking about that could have, like you said, that could have been your brother, that could have been your,
Are
um,
they gonna make it to Big Mama though? Because these bitches are dropping at
mm,
24 years old, right? They're running each other over with cars. They're catching deadly diseases, right? They're being taken out by these nakers. So I guess they'd be lucky to make it to Big Mama. I don't fucking know. But ladies, being with these motherfuckers, believing in what mammies tell you, believing in what you, because you want to hear that it's okay to try to continue to deal with black men, it's gonna cost you. It costs a lot of money in the black community, right? Marriage only benefits the man because usually he makes less than you. He is the hypergamous one in that relationship. White women and black men operate the same in their respective communities. They are the princesses of the community. They are the ones that are provided for and protected and all that good shit. This is why when they get together, right, their relationships are usually a fucking catastrophe. Let's just keep it real because you can't have two princesses in the same room because they're going to start fighting over who's the pink pony princess for real. And then they're going to have, that's why they have the highest divorce rate. I just wanted to put that out there. So let's scroll and see how much money being with these niggas costs you. Now, I want to say something to this fucking pie face bitch here. She, Sherry Shepherd, went on ahead and agreed with Ayanla, telling motherfuckers that they need to go ahead and try to make sure that you're just not there for the money. You can build with somebody that's blue collar, blah, 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 dick sucking, blah. Right? But she failed to mention what happened to her in her marriage with her Dusty when she went digging through the goddamn garbage can for this ugly motherfucker right here. He ended up requesting spousal support after they got fucking divorced. She told the judge that, hey, he went on ahead and suggested that I got a surrogate, okay? And then he strategically divorced me and now he wants child support. The judge told her, fuck you, you mammy bitch, pay him. Huh? Snapple, you got anything?
Yeah, I vaguely remember Sherry Shepherd with her whack raggedy ass. First of all, I don't fuck with her because I don't like, Wendy Williams, and she another story, but I don't like how Sherry Shepherd slid in and stole her show. I don't know, I don't like that. But I vaguely remember because I think she was on The View back when she was with this ugly bastard. And she was just a gushing and just so happy to have her little piece of a man. And I remember how that story played out. So it's interesting that but you know what? I'm not surprised because I remember a few years ago, something else had happened to some black boy, and she was on Instagram crying and blubbering like a damn fool, saying how sad she was, but she didn't do the same thing with like Breonna Taylor or any other like black woman or girl that had got unalived. So I'm not surprised, but I did hear her comments. She's a whack ass, mammy ass bitch, and it's just ridiculous. Like I think she said something like, "Oh, the world needs bus drivers or something. Don't sleep on dating." But she's like, "Oh, shut the fuck up! Like, just shut the fuck up." I just can't stand how like these celebrities and people of actual stature, even if they're black, they just why do y'all want to be down so bad with the lowest group of degenerates on earth? Why? Why do you want to appeal to them? I don't understand. I will never understand.
Yeah,
Well,
she found.
Snapple. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, honey.
Snapple, Sherry, and Ayana, they're the typical mammies who fucked up their lives, and instead of learning from it, they want to try to trick other black women into joining them at the bottom of the bucket. That's all it is. It's that crabs in a bucket mentality.
Well, I look, the crabs in a bucket mentality goes across the board. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, especially if you're like, let's just say you're in your 20s and your friend tells you that she found some new, brand new, sparkling gold mouth dusty. If you don't immediately say, "Don't call me till you get rid of them," you co-signing that shit, huh? So it's not like they don't know either that these motherfuckers can be trash. And for your friend to co-sign that, that ain't your friend. I'm just gonna keep it real. Sherry lost her goddamn her court case. Next, this one right here I found very interesting, y'all. Very interesting. That's Candace Parker over there on the right. Her Dusty on the left played in the NBA and he earned $12 million. But make no mistake about it, they hate your guts. So when the marriage started going down, he asked for spousal support, even though she was only making in the low six figures. Right? Hold your britches. He won. She agreed to pay $400,000 as a lump sum just to get rid of him. Okay? Scarred her so goddamn bad she ain't even with the dick no more. How about that part? Ebony, what you got?
You know, hey, I mean, it shouldn't have to take this. It really shouldn't have to drag you to the bottom of your life for you to see the light. Okay, divested here since 19 fucking 85, okay? And I know those older mammies. I came up with them, okay? And it was hard, okay? But I'm getting back to understanding that you're right. This is the information age, Snapple. You're right. There's no fucking reason. None of you should know better. Even the 103-year-old. I hope she didn't get a dusty.
I don't know what she married, but it was the caption for me. It wasn't necessarily the 103-year-old black woman. It was the fact that this woman used this old ass woman to say that there's hope out there. Just keep hanging on. Motherfucking bitch, guess what? Y'all don't live to 103. You need to stop that shit. You need to knock it off. You know good and goddamn well that y'all die in your 50s, right? So stop giving false hope. It was the false hope for me. 103, yeah, right. Some of these bitches ain't living to half that age because guess what? The goddamn ham hocks are ready.
And see, my comment. So you're making me laugh. So see, my comment is not so much about Sherry Shepherd because we've already talked about her before, and quite frankly, I see where you're going with your list. But she and these women are just a microcosm of the larger issues here. We've already established Sherry Shepherd just needs to hush. The logic, this logic that she's spewing about these bus drivers is why she's paying alimony, and her and several other influential black women, and several more of them who will eventually have to pay if they don't stay married. See,
Look
we
at
said it.
him, though.
You
Oh,
see,
and this is the ugliest motherfucker that we've. I don't know. I
exactly.
don't know. I don't
But
know.
see, we've already said that it doesn't benefit Black women to marry men they drastically out earn at all. And to be honest, it's not really benefiting them to get married to Black men at all, since they're determined to keep marrying low down ass men who would rather hide their assets than give them a dime of their money. Sherry only represents how hypocritical and dishonest Black people like her and Iyanla can be. See, it's the mere fact that they're intentionally lying on this woman while intentionally misrepresenting what she said, and all while she's supposed to be a soror of Iyanla. See, this is how you know that they're full of shit. Everybody knows, especially Iyanla, exactly what she meant. So they know that she was not trying to down anybody, especially blue collar workers, by saying she doesn't want to date one. And I find it ironic that the same people taking up for Ebony now did the same exact thing to B. Simone when she said that she didn't want someone who works a 9 to 5. She said she wanted someone with an entrepreneurial spirit. So they vilified her and attacked her the same way. A lot of the same people preaching now just did the same thing to somebody else, and you know who you are. They're intentionally distorting her message so they can rally people up to attack her, and they use the classism argument to justify why they're attacking her when there's really nothing wrong with what she said. Because if you ask anyone a question, they will answer from their perspective. So if you don't want the
Take a
truth,
breath, Aaliyah. Take a breath real quick. Hey,
okay.
y'all, this is the top, right? This is the top of the echelon right here. Okay. This is what you're getting, right? These women that I'm showing right here, they getting fucked over, no doubt. But this you right here.
What you doing? What y'all doing? You never put him in your life. What y'all doing? And you wonder why I didn't take your bitch ass serious? You wonder why? So what y'all finna do? And what you finna do? Call Rio to pick you up?
No, you call Rio.
You need to call somebody. Cause I done grew up. I'm not gonna touch you. You can go ahead and leave. But him, he already know what the fuck.
Look, I'm just showing y'all these celebrities for reference points. Y'all are getting this, the dirty mattress, right? That Walmart blanket, the one that's on sale. Did you see them funky boxes? Did you see his body? Old girl went on ahead and betrayed her friend / cousin over that. This is some disgusting shit. And on top of that, y'all, so I guarantee y'all that was her apartment she was paying for.
DZ,
Right? Yes, ma'am.
may I be petty just for a second?
Absolutely.
Okay, go back to Sherry. Go back.
Okay.
Go back. Seriously.
Lord, there she is.
Go back. Okay. Now look at that dude's face. Remember the California raisins?
You ain't right. You are not right.
That is a Kang. You better leave him alone. He's a big soft, just a big cuddly bear.
He looked like one of them damn raisins with a microphone in front of his face.
I swear. This
He
one
looked
over
like
here.
he looked like a hemorrhoid to me.
This one on the screen with the shades is tipping and dipping. You ain't gonna tell me he ain't tipping and dipping.
Child, I can't believe he won his case after earning $12 million, and that poor child ain't a child. Look at how gorgeous Mel B is. Look at how pretty she is.
She's beautiful.
And she still fucked around and found out. Mel B was ordered to pay this dusty son of a bitch named Stephen Belafonte. That Belafonte been ringing names, right? Ringing bells and shit. $5,000 a month. Oh, and by the way, when they got divorced, he didn't have to pay his lawyer fees. She had to pay them to the tune of $350,000. I'm sorry, you said what again? Every time you out earn your Dusty and you have some paperwork together where y'all sharing assets, you will lose. Good day, ma'am. You lost. Get out of here.
Didn't LB have a baby by Eddie Murphy?
Oh, a side baby. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, Mel.
She is top notch, and being some dusty motherfuckers side bitch. How low is your self-esteem? She's fucking gorgeous to me, y'all.
And see, that's why I was going with this too, is that because so many of us fall prey to this pressure. So I guess my entire point in all of what I was saying is that Black women, please run for your lives because you don't want to end up like these women that DZ is talking about. Because that's listening to the type of bullshit they're trying to force on you that we've been listening to for over a week now. This is how you end up here, where you end up paying these motherfuckers. Trust me.
Mm. It's just, yo, ladies, they don't deserve you. They don't. Okay, so if you think they do deserve you, don't recruit. That's all I'm asking. Don't recruit other women to come do that dusty shit that you doing. If you want to fuck your life up, fuck it up. It's your life to fuck up. You get one life to live. You do what the fuck you want to do with it. But when you start recruiting, then that's when my horns come the fuck out. You understand me? Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here with that bullshit.
yeah, because here's the kicker. While they were talking about her like a dog, how about today they were also bragging about how Black unemployment has reached record lows? But that's thanks to Black women, not thanks to Black men. And see, I'm sure they don't want to truthfully have a conversation about why that is either, because then it goes back to them just attacking Ebony, because they know that a very important factor in them not being able to get employed is that the majority of them are felons and or that they don't have the education or they can't pass drug tests to save their lives. See, it's the constant lies and delusions to coddle their feelings for me. And this is why they keep bullying Black women. They don't want you to go anywhere. So anybody who says anything any different or on the contrary, this is what they do. They want to continue to use you. That's what this community wants to do. And they will attack anybody who tries to tell you the truth about anything. And Ebony was just the most recent victim in this social media lynch mob. They've
Y'all
always
need to
done it.
y'all need to quit playing in that chat. Y'all know good and goddamn well how y'all scared of that man face when he looked like a Yamla Van
Child,
Zant.
Another raisin.
Look, he looked just like a
Ayala.
Yamla to me. What the fuck you mean? How the fuck y'all scared? I'm not sure that that's not Ayala. Fuck you mean? How y'all scared in the chat? Hmm.
But you know what pisses me off about Mary J? She is one of the most gorgeous, stupidest mammies I have
When
ever
she wanna
seen.
be, the camera angle got to be right sometimes.
Yeah, the
Cause
camera angle, that's right, the
child,
camera angle. But it's just like all
Mary,
that talent, all that beauty, and she just make a dumb decision after a dumb decision after, and then you want to come and complain and cry, and then do it again. And she was doing it in the '90s too with the people she was dating. You know what? Mm-mm.
I was
She's
just
like
about to
one of
say,
those
Mary,
Sharpay dogs.
yeah,
That's what it is.
she started out getting her ass beat too by
Mm-hmm.
one of the
hmm
most. I mean, if you look at that motherfucker, you like, okay, and she was letting him whoop her ass. She started out being abused too, and that's where a lot of her issues came from. But see, Mary J was one of them chicks. She had to beat around the way, girl. I don't know what it is about some Black women. That needs to be a category in and of itself. The ones that are just determined to be the cool chick, the home girl. You just got to be the friend to these nakers for
they're
some reason.
proving that they're not like the other women. You know how stupid ass
Yeah.
bitches they'll meet men and say, "I like sports. Oh, I'm into football," trying to seem like they're just one of the guys. I'm not like those other stupid ass feminine bitches. I'll go to the Hawks game with you, and then you get cheated on right after the Hawks game. You dumb bitch. So sit down and drink your beer and stop sitting up here trying to be a pick me. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, that's always been the image that I got from her that she wanted to send. Like that she was just one of them round the way girls, and I think that's why a lot of them still don't take Mary seriously, even for all her talent and her beauty. Like even when she was just at the Super Bowl, they was taking digs at her age, talking about she was too old to still be wearing what she had on. That's why I say if you keep your ears to the streets, all you're gonna see is a social media lynch mob. This is all they do is attack Black women for different reasons because they have to keep your self-esteem in the toilet. They are determined to keep you in the toilet. And now since she married something that looks like this, that's why she's still having to work hard to this day because she has to pay him. She can't even take a break. And
Let
that's
me tell
sad.
you the details of that, right? Mary J. Blige, he told the court, I want $130,000 a month. The nerve, right? $130,000 a month. This is what Ayanla wanted. Okay. So check it out. He ended up getting $30,000 a month. And I'm gonna tell you something, that's a lot of money as well. Okay, y'all got to stop digging through these garbage cans. If this is happening to these prominent so-called Black women, imagine what's going to happen to you. You are going to get $40 a month in child support. right? You better hope that you didn't marry this dusty son of a bitch and you got your PhD or whatever, because you gonna be paying $1,600 a month to that motherfucking Dusty. That's just what's gonna happen by trying to prove that black love actually exists. Kyra, what you got?
Well, let's just be real. A lot of these cicadas, they do prey on the well-to-do black women. They're preying on you. You see them all the way back at college. These round-the-way dudes coming and hanging out at the frat parties and shit. They have no business being on the college campus, but they're trying to get with the college girls going somewhere. They intentionally seek out a black woman to use her resources and to, as they call it, humble her. They want to try to drag her through the mud, and if they still can't drag her through the mud, then they want to rinse her pockets. That's what they do. They're not really interested in being with a black woman. DZ has highlighted countless times they don't like black women. So why do you think why do you think they're trying to be with you? They have ulterior motives.
Snapper, what you got before I drag this funky bitch here?
Actually, I wanted to say about Ebony K. Williams, I hope she feels stupid because she has been stomping the yard for that Kuhmoonitay, talking about white supremacy, racism, and all this fucking bullshit. I don't know for why, because clearly she has a head on her shoulders, but she has been super fucking pro-black, using every opportunity that she's been given, every platform, even the Real Housewives of New York, to talk about the plight of black people and how slavery has hindered the Kuhmoonitay. And she said one thing that they didn't like and they turned on her. So
Absolutely.
I hope she sees that shit, and I hope she wisens up and gives them her ass to kiss, because she needs to tell them to kiss the blackest part of her motherfucking ass. Fuck that degenerate ass, loser ass Kuhmoonitay. She doesn't need to be cowering to them and going on the Breakfast Club and trying to get them to understand her. Girl, Ebony K, like, girl, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're never going to understand or accept what she had to say. So I don't know why like some pro-black women do that, where they're like they have like a good head on their shoulders. They know all the things that make sense, but for some reason they want to pander to that degenerate, dusty ass Kuhmoonitay. So that's what she gets. I hope that's a cautionary tale for all these other idiotic pro-black women who want to be on social media, who have something going for themselves, who get platforms, and instead of uplifting themselves, they want to talk about slavery and white supremacy. You're doing that for a Kuhmoonitay that don't give a fuck about you and that is going to throw you under the bus and run you over with it the first chance they get, because they don't like you because you're cute and you're smart and you're youthful, and they're fucking evil and jealous. So I hope she sees that.
I want to address this comment real quick. It's survivor's guilt. Y'all got to get over this guilt shit. Y'all got to get over that shit. Guilty for what? What you did? What did you do? Survivors, because people that look like you didn't make it, fuck them. It's been hundreds of years. Y'all, black people should have their own communities, their own hospitals, their own schools, right? They should have everything. Their grocery store, they should have Black Mart instead of Walmart. They should have all. It's been hundreds of years. Survivor's guilt for what? You looked around, you noticed that nothing was going to happen, so you took care of yourself. There is no guilt in that. It is a crime not to be for yourself. Those of y'all that are Christians out there, did y'all know that it was a sin not to take care of your motherfucking self? Now, to this stupid bitch here. Wendy Williams got cheated on, and this motherfucker here, Kevin, still took a goddamn W. Okay? Usually, when infidelity is proven, the person that was, the cheater, they usually get their ass handed to them in court because you made a vow not to do that fucking shit. Well, y'all... Are y'all aware that Wendy Williams is still responsible for paying her life insurance? And when she dies, if she dies before him, he is still the beneficiary of all of her life insurance, her millions of dollars of life insurance. Were y'all aware of that? Because I know y'all thought I was going to say something about the alimony and the property and all that shit. Were y'all aware that she's worth more to him dead than alive, and he's the one that cheated and made a baby on her? Y'all had better get away from these niggas, okay? On top of that, we ain't gonna talk about the stuff that happened in the divorce court. We're gonna talk about everything that surrounded it. There's the life insurance. Then let's talk about the fact that she had to fire him as her manager. Y'all rich black women that always try to give your Dusty a job as your manager because they ain't qualified to do nothing else. So he's your manager in label only and name only. She ended up having to give him a severance package, ladies, because she was divorcing him and he was her employee. Therefore, she was bound by the laws of when you have employees. So he got a severance package from her. Also, he got one of her houses where he made the baby in that also belongs to him as well, where he was cheating on her. Y'all, you better stay away from. And look at him. I'm not saying Wendy Williams is some sort of prize because she's shaped like a goddamn big bird. It is what it is. But look at him. All the shit I just gave you and named to you, this is who's receiving it. If this was a black woman looking like he does, you would not get anything but a whole bunch of shit logged down your throat and told to skedaddle on your motherfucking way. That's what you would have got. Cassie, you got anything on this dumb bitch?
Honestly, I feel not an ounce of sympathy for her stupid ass because, bitch, you knew that this ugly motherfucker was cheating on you for 20 plus years. Don't come over here crying. I don't feel bad for her at all. What I will say though is Wendy's stupid ass and the stupid ass side piece. Both of them are just dumb as a unit. They just need to become best friends and sort the dumb shit out together. Because one is crying because her money is all held up and the bank's not giving her money. The other one crying because his stupid ass can't get the money from his ex-wife. This whole situation is a hot ass mess. But I feel not an ounce of badness for her because the same way she's talking about the other rich black women. And about rich black women, they be making the stupidest decisions with the men that they choose.
They think that they can buy black love. They have bought the fairy tale of black love. And if I just do this, and this, then I can get a quality black man. And that's not the case because guess why? They don't exist. How about that part?
And
it's the part though, because I know you heard this, DZ. That calm down.
Girl, you better go get your dog.
My pup was ready. You
go
heard
ahead,
that part
Aaliyah.
She said if only because of the baby is why
girl, go deal with your dog. Go ahead, Aaliyah. Her dog ain't having that shit.
No, I was just gonna say, even for all she's been through, even when she tries to go back and warn other women, for all you said she had to pay out, this whole situation has literally drove this woman crazy. Literally, she's been in and out of institutions. Her health has gone down. She looks terrible, and she already had Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune disorder, and going through all of this stress has not helped her at all. So she going through I'm not saying that I feel sorry for her, but she has really been getting slammed on both ends because her son was not treating her much better than her husband. She was just a cash cow for her son too. So that's pretty much what
Aaliyah,
these niggas.
Aaliyah, here's the thing. Wendy Williams has gone through a lot in the black community. Okay.
Exactly.
And she has been assaulted twice. She's gone through so much, and then to have to give it, to give that big chunk of money back to them just makes me ill. I'm no fan of hers, but God, I mean, I see it so often on a regular level. She has a job. He's sort of got a job, or underemployed or unemployed. This happens every day, all the time. She's going places. Well, he hitches his wagon to her and pulls her back. I can't stand it anymore.
But the thing is, when she has gone back and tried to tell other black women don't make the same mistakes that she made, she tried to warn Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj cussed that woman all the way to hell out, threw her situation up in her face. So that's why your man got his new bitch and they got a baby together and all this. Because this is how black women are. That's how childish they are. And it's like, no, you may want to listen, because everybody in the past that she ever tried to warn the situation, whether you like Wendy or not, it was some truth in what she was saying when she tried to warn those women, including Whitney Houston. And then nobody wanted to hear it.
And my dog jumped in agreeing because she was out here agreeing. Before she jumped in agreeing, I was gonna say to Aaliyah's point about her Wendy being the cash cow with the son still having her pay all of his rent for a whole full year and things like that. But I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, Wendy didn't start trying to help other Black women not to make the same mistake until her mistake was broadcasted all over social media, and she had no choice but to admit that she
Oh, of
also
course.
had a raggedy, crusty, dusty ass Black male in her life.
She
Purple Disco. I'm gonna grab you, Snapple. Purple Disco. Are you dusty? I'm putting you back in the back.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi. No, I'm not Dusty. Hello?
I'm here, baby. I can hear you.
Oh, yes, hi. Um, no, I'm not Dusty. How are you?
I'm gonna put you in the back. Go ahead, Snapple.
okay. I'm sorry. That was interesting. No, I was gonna say she also tried to warn Miss the mom of the Bernstein Bears, Miss Tabitha Brown. She tried to warn her too, and then Tabitha Brown got all nice nasty with her. But I do kind of feel bad for Wendy. I know she a mammy. Her and Sherry both shaped like capital letter P's, and Sherry a snake ass bitch for what she did to Wendy. That's all I gotta say. But it's just, if nothing else, we can use Wendy Williams as a cautionary tale. Look what her Thun and her Kang, look where they got her.
Well, to add to Wendy Williams, remember, well, I watched the Lifetime movie of her. She really built and hustled her way up. And see, that's the thing. You marry these cicadas and they're unambitious and they're lazy. And so while you're here making big moves and growing, he's still the same mediocre dude, and you employ him as your manager. And this is the type of shit you get. This is also why, going back to Ebony Williams, this is why, someone of her caliber would be sorely mismatched with a bus driver, not just finances, the ambition. Like, as you're making moves, they're still going to be the same dusty fuck and just waiting to sabotage your bullshit.
You haven't heard, Kyra, all these bus drivers now are practically millionaires, according to a lot of these women now. I mean, I've been here, that's all I've been hearing for days now. Everybody got success stories with bus drivers. I said, this is getting ridiculous at this point.
Well, Aaliyah, you are hating now. Those city jobs, those are stable employment. You could be fired at any time, Aaliyah. At least you got a job.
Yeah.
I heard a recording of Sherry Shepherd today talking about they got benefits. Bus drivers got benefits. They got 401k. I'm like, girl, is the bar is in hell. Like, are you kidding me right now? Who don't have fucking benefits? Are you kidding me?
Child, McDonald's offers benefits. Yo, this is what is her goddamn name? Tasha Smith. Okay. Fun fact: Tasha Smith is a twin. Moving right along. Tasha Smith found her a Dusty, and I always get my heart broke, y'all, when it's the ones that Black men hate the most. She has the aesthetic that they hate the most. The only thing she's missing is being overweight. But make no mistake about it, she is what the fuck they're talking about. They hate her. She's dark skinned. She has a head full of weave. She's so-called loud and all the shit here. And as soon as they make it, they reach back for a dark skinned, dusty son of a bitch. Well, Tasha had some luck, okay? Because what happened with her husband was this. He sought $7,000 a month. So Tasha's lawyer was a very, very good lawyer and a very good researcher. So they found out that he was a career criminal, right? That he has multiple marriages. He owes a bunch of taxes and all this shit. And Tasha had no clue. Therefore, the judge granted her an annulment based on this fraud ass marriage. That's the only thing that saved her from having to pay this man $7,000 a month. She reached down into the dumpster and pulled this motherfucker up. If y'all don't know who she is, she's like a B-list actress that plays in Tyler Perry movies and all this shit. And she's going to be replacing the other chick that played Martin Lawrence's wife in Bad Boy 1, 2, and 3. She's going to be the wife in Bad Boy 4. But, darling, she got off on some luck shit because her lawyer was astute. Other than that, she would be paying a whole bunch of goddamn money that she clearly doesn't have because she's a B-rate actress. This is ridiculous. And again, why are they always fucking ugly?
I got a question though. Was the lawyer that got her out of the situation a good blackmail?
No.
I was just double checking because
And see,
there's apparently some good ones out there always willing to help a sister out.
and see, that's what kills me when they get with these things and then they feel like they have to dim their own light. She doesn't have to be a B-list actress. She messed around because she's actually an acting coach. So she teaches other people how to act for real. The thing is, I didn't have a major issue with Tasha Smith. I just don't like the way she allowed herself to be typecasted. So now that's why she's kind of stuck in that box. Kind of what I was saying about Mary J. When you kind of paint that picture, you kind of put yourself into that box, and she put herself into that stereotype. And
She's
now
played all types of crackheads, hood rats,
yeah,
all types of shit.
she put herself into that stereotype. So now she's kind of relegated to those types of roles. That's why.
Mm. Let's move on to our next one. Tasha, you got away. But I have a feeling she'll do it again. How much you want to bet? Because we don't learn shit. Oh God. Oh my God. Really, y'all. This right here. The only thing that I can give this crooked afro, pro-black, dumb, stupid ass motherfucker, Lizelle and E flat singing bitch, is that she had some paperwork. She had some paperwork in order. If she didn't have some paperwork, her ass would be up the creek. Jill Scott doesn't have as much money as y'all think she has, okay? So there was some sympathy taken on her. By the way, there's ways to get around prenups. I just want to put that out there. I want to
Yes.
put that out there. There's a billion and one ways to get around prenups. All you got to do is simply say, I took some Benadryl the day that I signed that prenup, and I was out of my fucking mind. I had no clue what was going on. I was sleepy. I was under duress when I signed that, and that shit could be it could be 86. But let me tell you what happened with this here. Jill Scott's Dusty requested spousal support, of course, even though there was some paperwork in place. What she ended up having to do was pay the $50,000 balance on his Mercedes, a dust bucket who has no income. He's driving a Mercedes because we got a crooked afro wig wearing bitch that thinks he deserves to be treated like a princess, like I said earlier. Okay. So when the judge denied him spousal support because of the paperwork that was in place, okay, he got petty. So he asked the judge, well, can I go to her house and get my shit? The judge says, yes. What shit do you have there? Listen. He wanted his massage table, his hotel robes, his bathroom mirror, and his Prince album, bitch, his Purple Rain album. Y'all gonna quit playing in my fucking face. Let me tell you that again. His petty ass, because he lost in court, said, I want my massage table, bitch. I want my hotel robes, my bathroom mirror, and my Purple Rain Prince album. I can't do this. Anybody got anything on this stupid ass shit here? Oh,
Jill
Jesus.
Scott is embarrassing. Wasn't she giving the microphone head on the stage?
That pro-black shit. I can't with the pro-blacks. Y'all are corny as fuck. Oh, Lord. I can't. Anyway.
I mean, she just like the rest of them neo soul mammies from that era. Because when you think about it, it was her, Erica Badu, India Ari, all of them. They from that kind of neo soul type of era where they all they all were supposed to be pro black, and you see where all that got them. They all got either had horrible marriages or became baby mamas and was used and discarded.
Y'all, let's take a look at the type of boyfriends you guys are getting, though. These were all high-profile divorces. This won't be your situation because you're not a millionaire. You don't have $800,000 in the bank that you got to split with Lizelle or whatever the fuck his name was. Oh, let's go.
What y'all over here talking about? What y'all over here talking about? Huh?
What's y'all over here talking about? He's just trying to talk to you. What he was saying to you? What's y'all over here talking about?
We was just talking.
Why are you talking to a girl? You have a girlfriend. No, girl, we're not recording you. I'm not recording you. This is real life. He has a whole baby on the way, and you over here trying to talk to girls at the mall like you're fucking 13 years old. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fucking embarrassing. How embarrassing can you fucking be?
I'm so sorry.
How embarrassing can you fucking be?
Oh my God.
I really can't believe. I'm sorry, girl. Excuse me. Are you serious right now? You just try to talk to this whole ass girl when you got a pregnant baby mama.
You're
really?
loud. You're
Really?
loud. You're loud.
I don't care.
Quiet down.
No.
Or
You're
what?
disrespectful.
Quiet down.
You're disrespectful.
Ladies, guess what? This happens so much in the black community. The girl at the table didn't even stop eating her Chinese food. She just kept going because that's daily life in the black community. By the way, reminding him that you have a baby on the way, that's not going to do anything. Hey, content creators, reminding them that they're dusty and trash baggy and all types of shit. They know that, boo. That doesn't mean that they're going to change. Her telling him, you got a whole ass baby on the way. You got a whole ass pregnant girlfriend. Bitch, he knew that when he sat down to eat Chinese food with Octavia. Ma'am, what do you think? He was unaware that you were pregnant? What are you doing? Why are y'all still getting pregnant by dusty motherfuckers? I'm confused. Go ahead, Kyra.
Well, the thing though is these are the same chicks that will whine about, well, corporate America needs to do more to help pregnant Black women and Black mothers. We need more benefits and more welfare from the government. But they'll be laying down with these whole grapes, getting pregnant, and expecting nothing from him. Like, yes, he knows that you're pregnant. He doesn't care.
Shit, speaking of benefits, y'all fixing to get a surprise coming up soon. Y'all better hope that vote don't go the way that it's looking like it's going. Pile up, stock up. That's all I'm gonna tell you for now. I'm waiting for the vote to come down. Stock up on your food, stock up on things that you need, your tampons and all that good shit, because baby, they getting tired, like we said, right? They can't do it overnight because that would be a humanitarian crisis. Okay, but you better get your shit together and you better start piling up. Now, I want to switch to something real quick. Black women have notoriously voted Democrat, right? Down the line, because that's just what they do. That's what their mama did. That's what we've all been taught to do. And we keep the shit going, pretending to be programmed again. To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you why Black women vote Democrat. It's for the benefits, number one. And number two, the protection of Black males. Democrats are more likely to, vote for anti-police brutality and less bond amounts and more entitlement programs and all that type of shit. Well, being that you haven't gotten a hold of your community with all the stuff that they've done for you, okay, you're being replaced. They're no longer going to be appealing to you in the coming years. They're no longer going to be needing your votes. They are bringing in another group of people that are going to take over your community because you didn't grab your son, you didn't grab your brother and your uncle and tell them to knock it the fuck off, or you got to leave my house, or whatever y'all got going on, whatever the situation is. So all the heads have gotten together and said, we need to replace these Black women with another group of people so that we can get our votes in, so that we can take place in office. You are losing. I want to show you something, and you had better take it seriously. Okay? You don't have a seat at the grown folks table anymore, even though you went to college, even though you're educated, even though you make a lot of money. If you don't stop consorting with these Black males, you will be excused from the table as well. Take a gander real quick.
It is insulting that you would consider such action about a forgotten community that none of you live in.
Developing tonight, outbursts and outrage at a community meeting in South Shore over a housing plan for migrants.
The debate comes as the city deals with the crisis of where to put migrants bussed in from the border.
Elizabeth.
Well, you are going to be tossed aside, and the migrants are going to be the new voting bloc once they get them settled, once they get them comfortable, once they get them jobs, once they get them together, because your communities are dangerous. Nobody can walk to the mailbox without getting their brains blown through their fucking nostrils, right? So they said, fuck you. We have to slowly but surely get you the fuck out the way. Fuck who you vote for. I don't care anymore. We're tired of pandering to you because you will not and do not want to get your sons together and get your dusty ass daughters together that's following behind your sons. Now, they're bringing these people into your community, quote unquote. I use that term loosely, and now you're mad. They have become the people that the Democrats are concerned with. I remember a live stream we did, and we had a very angry participant in the chat room. So we gotta be right wing to be divested. That's not what the fuck I said, whore. What I said was you had better consider at least being moderate, because this day that's happening right fucking now is coming, and it's here. So take a listen now.
Elizabeth Matthews is live now with more. Elizabeth.
Corey and Don, contentious to say the least. This forum was a chance for city leaders to get input from the public about the old South Shore High School housing migrants. The city got their input.
A packed house at the South Shore International College Prep High School. The crowd voicing their opinion, strongly opposing the addition of migrants in their community.
I am just outraged. I'm outraged, and I don't understand why our community was chosen.
City representative.
Your community was chosen because you're not adding to the tax base. You paid $1,400 in taxes this year, but got a $8,000 tax return. So you can't talk about your taxes. You got your taxes back and some. And let me tell you something. Your tax dollars aren't paying for those schools around there. I'm just going to keep it real with you. If you got back more than you gave, you paid no taxes. I'm going to get to you, Aaliyah. We headed somewhere because we finna have a real night tonight. Get your tacos together.
Representatives saying the old South Shore High School would not be a shelter, but one of 3 respite centers for the migrants to temporarily sleep, eat, and take a shower, starting with about 250 people taking up the building's first floor. This is a way for the city to get the current 300 migrants out of the police stations. Questions were asked, but answers hard to hear, interrupted by the upset crowd. Before the meeting, a small protest of South Shore neighbors demanding the energy put into the migrant issue be put into their neighborhoods.
It is a slap in the face.
And you need to be slapped in the face, because when you had a chance to say, no, we're not doing this, y'all gonna stop shooting up these communities. We gonna stop fucking these black men. Hell, y'all had a whole fictitious movie called Chirac where y'all was holding pussy away from these niggas, but you didn't do it, right? You had a chance to divest. You had a chance to do your own thing and make sure that your communities didn't look like shit, making sure that you weren't birthing these bastards out here that's tearing up every fucking thing. And they're tired. Aaliyah's told you that they're tired. Snapple's told you. Kyra's told you. Guest panelists have told you. Ebony have told you. And you thought we were being extreme. I haven't heard that word lately, coincidentally, huh? These women are going to be fucked. And if you are anything like these women, you shall be fucked too. Listen to her, y'all.
That we as citizens of the United States of America do not have the resources and support, but you're going to bring people who are not citizens here in our community, in our buildings that we pay taxes for, that you took away from us.
Yeah. Ma'am, do y'all hear how stupid this bitch sound? With these men that were responsible for building her community. Look at how old that guy is behind her. He was supposed to make sure that school didn't close. Men that look like him were supposed to make sure the communities were safe, that you had hospitals, that you had schools and all that shit. And since that didn't happen, the government took it back, right? And they are slowly but surely building your replacement. And they happen to be Latina. You thought your brand new black dusty ass mayor wasn't going to take the opportunity to bring in some spicy Latinas? Huh? Are you okay? Let's finish.
That is completely unacceptable. We are in a humanitarian crisis right now. The black people in Chicago are bleeding on the streets.
Because of your sons.
Brandon Johnson had this to say about the migrant crisis.
We have a responsibility to make sure that families who are seeking love and support here in the city of Chicago and throughout the state of Illinois, that they are not just welcome, but they are serviced.
You heard your Dusty, the one that you voted for because he was a black man. He said that Maria has to be taken care of. She has to have a place for her children. She has to be serviced. She has to be taken care of. All these decades of protesting and having their back and hiding the bodies for them, this is where it got you. And I told you this was coming years ago. But no, not all. Aaliyah, what you got?
See, this is what happens when your community contributes the least to a society. You render yourselves obsolete. This is
Mm-hmm.
what happens when you extract more resources than you put back. Eventually, the people get tired. See, and we've talked about this for years. That's why we pushed education. You want to know why? Because you have nobody to bring to the table. They want to do, that's what kills me about Black people. They want to sit around and do all this talking about contributions they haven't made. You don't have a seat at the table. Your people are not there. So when you start talking about AI and all this other shit, what have y'all been doing? Playing ball, shucking and jiving, singing and dancing. All you want to do is entertain. We said, look, get educated. You need to get some mathematicians, engineers, and some scientists in there. But no, everybody wanted to play ball. Everybody wanted to be a rapper. Now these girls aspiring to be strippers. This is all they want to be. And then you tell them school ain't to be all the end all. You don't need school to be successful. Meanwhile, these other people live, eat, and breathe education because they know when the shit hits the fan, they need their people to be in there to represent them. But this was not no area of interest for them. When you hear us, you want to call us the C words and sellouts and all this other stuff. But we told y'all this shit was coming. Now you have nobody at the table for real outside of Black women. But as far as because this is what y'all have spent y'all time doing, and now people are just tired, quite frankly. The community that takes and takes and takes and doesn't give anything back, and you don't feel like you should have to. And then all this complaining about oppression all the time, that ain't gonna fly. Don't nobody want to keep hearing about slavery. Don't nobody want to keep hearing about all that other shit. The thing is, where are your people? What have you built? What have you done? And the answer to that is absolutely nothing. So guess what? They're gonna get some people in here that's happy to be here and gonna get in here and get it done. Cause y'all don't give a fuck. All you want to do is ever talk about America and spell it with 3 Ks and talk shit and run your mouth. Okay, well, fine. Since that's how you feel, let us get some people in here that's gonna appreciate coming to this country and our opportunity and gonna get over here and build something. And nobody got time to keep, and y'all keep tearing up all this shit. Y'all are fucking liabilities. And this is what happens. You render your community obsolete, unneeded. You don't do anything. You're taking up space.
Absolutely. The day has come, y'all. So if you haven't listened for the past 3 years, you better get your shit because, darlings, it's not going to be pretty. Once they just disregard you and your loud ass voice and your repeated, your selected sentence that you always, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. You're going to seem like you're an evil doll that has Tourette's. Nobody's going to listen to you. They're done. Everything that could have possibly been done to help the Black community has already been done. There's nothing else that they can do. Ladies, I saw today a bunch of y'all twerking on top of a cop car, and all I could do is just stare at it. Really? I don't know what it is. I guess that's part of the Tourette's. You can't stop the pelvic thrust for a couple of seconds. Your pelvis just moves by itself, I guess. Whenever you get nervous, I guess you start twerking all over the goddamn place. I don't know what it is. You might need to go see a neurologist about that because twerking is not going to take care of this, ma'ams. Okay? It's not. Go ahead, Snapple.
Yeah, I mean, all I have to add to this is that this is what they voted for. They voted Democrat. They're lefties. I mean, this was very heavily promoted, the whole agenda for, I don't know what's the politically correct thing to call these people that are not from America that's coming here. But yeah, I mean, this is what happens. The Kuhmoonitay largely blindly votes Democrat, regardless of whatever it is. So, I mean, surprise, bitches. I mean, they're mad now. That lady sounds like a fool up there, mad and complaining about it. This is what they voted for.
Snapple, don't forget. A lot of these women, it wasn't about nothing but protecting their brother that sucks dick down to the base. Hey, They are multi-letter mafia friendly over there on the left. So you undid yourself so that your brother can put on a pair of Daisy Dukes and go down to the DMV and take a picture with his tongue hanging out. Was it worth it?
And it was also about making the white man the bad guy, the white man bad. So anybody that's just like not white, but like coming over from somewhere else. Oh yeah. We're here for them. We want to protect them. We're gonna support them. We welcome them in because that's racist. If y'all try to protect the border, that's racist. So it's like, okay, well, there you go. I mean, what the fuck?
And I'm sorry, Daisy.
Girl, don't apologize. Go ahead, hunty.
Well, here's the thing. Your Kangs have been pushing this whole so-called rainbow coalition for all these years because they just wanted to get their dicks wet. But instead of looking at what the Kangs were really pushing, y'all just wanted to support a black man. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, ladies, a black male. I'm sorry. That's
what Naker do you know is going to turn down an opportunity to have a community of feisty Latinas? Baby girl, you again, she had the aesthetic that they hate the most, and here she is, a slap in the face. No, bitch, let me tell you what's a slap in the face. You continuing to have these little motherfuckers that's around here 11, 12, 13 years old and sticking guns in grown folks' face talking about they doing a carjacking. They 4'2" tall, but got a gun that's 4'5" tall, pointed in your goddamn face, talking about give me your car. That's a slap in other black women's faces. If you're not gonna raise them right, please don't have them. Go ahead.
And you notice how she was talking about we have a humanitarian crisis, but of course she doesn't want to name the problem like most mammies. Who is causing the humanitarian crisis for black folks in Chicago or in any of these Blackistan hellholes? Your son.
Her sons, her brothers, her daddy, her uncle, her best friend, and her friend from the goddamn high school that came out and said, guess what, friend girl? I too suck plenty of dick. VW, is this your real account or what's happening, boo?
Yeah, that's my real account. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just want to say real quick, I went to that school. I graduated from that school. And y'all girl Michelle Obama lived right around the corner from that school.
What school? Oh, this closed down school?
Yeah, the high school where they putting those migrants at. You know what? When I saw this story, I just fell the fuck out laughing. I tried to tell these bitches when I had my first house. And it's always they own that's doing them in. That's why I was laughing. Yeah. Racism, no. I was laughing because our first house where we bought it, it was another black bitch that had it, getting all those people out the projects and shipped them out to where we had our first house at. That's why we had to sell our first fucking house, because that black bitch who eventually ended up getting indicted for some crimes or whatever, she's in jail for that shit now. But yeah, I try to tell these bitches. I said, y'all pay y'all taxes. Oh, and did y'all see the video with that same chick? No, I wasn't her. It was another chick that was saying, stop voting just black. Really? I tried to tell you hoes since 25 years ago. I'm self-hating. No. You get what the fuck you deserve. Period.
Why did it take something like this for y'all to finally see that the left was on some bullshit? The left. Go ahead.
They just some, especially here, whatever you see happen in Chicago, trust me, that shit gonna spread all across the nations in majority black areas. This is just the start. They started this shit here, but this shit gonna happen all like in DC, Baltimore, all black areas. This shit is coming to y'all neighborhoods real soon. And like I said, I tried to tell these hoes this shit 25 years ago. And I saw then, and we just gonna pray on it. Okay, then bye, bitch. We sold our house and went the fuck off. That's what they get. They get, this is what the fuck they get. And I'm glad to see that they get, I'm sorry. I'm glad that I'm here to see that they get what the fuck they prayed for.
See, the thing is, they've been sneaking them up through the back door. Now they just bringing them in through the front door. They don't even give a shit now. But they've been sneaking them in here through the back door. I mean, if you look, how long have we talked about even down in the ATL in Georgia? Like, the landscape has been changing for a while. They've been bringing them in here. Now they just don't give a damn. They blatant with it now. But see, how long have we talked about the humanitarian crisis they were going to end up goddamn creating here in this country? I mean, I guess they think we just get up here and pull shit out our ass, so we just be talking to be talking. Like we already, the majority of what you're seeing now, has already been discussed over here. We saw this shit coming a mile away, and we've been trying to tell them to clean this shit up. But then when you tell them anything, they don't want to listen.
But Aaliyah, check it out though.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Usher and Chris Brown fighting.
Exactly. That part. See, that's why I was gonna say they either on some bullshit like that, because we're so easily distracted. We stay on some bullshit. That's why I said they've been dancing and shucking and jiving and not taking shit seriously and partying and bullshitting and having a good time. I say everything a party with them. They don't take shit serious. They don't listen to nothing. And here's the thing. And then when you try to tell them to clean this shit up, oh, that's respectability politics there. You ain't doing nothing but trying to shame folks and slut shame folks. But no, you've been shaking your ass long enough. It's time to get fucking serious. But you can't tell them nothing. You can't.
No. Lighten up the mood a second. Since you don't want to hear about what's coming to a neighborhood near you, Tory Lanez isn't getting a new trial. Does that tickle your fancy? Does that tickle your fancy? Because I don't give a fuck about that nigga. I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown. I don't give a fuck about Usher. I don't give a fuck about Usher lookalikes. I don't give a fuck about Jordan Neely. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Y'all better start putting yourself first. It's not selfish. It's not. Y'all just keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it, because nothing that we said up here ever that we said was coming down the pipe didn't happen. Y'all are being replaced. Period.
Yeah, because if you don't make yourself useful, that's the thing. That's why I was saying a long time ago, we have not made ourselves useful in anything. They feel like they supposed to just sit up and just keep extracting benefits. And I hate if y'all think that this is how a functioning society is supposed to go. Now when all these other communities around you are creating their own communities, they got their own services where they can call their own people to come pick each other up, and they're completely mobile without the help of any other outside groups. They got their own commissariats and lavanderies where they can feed their own people. They got their own grocery stores and they bodegas and all the other shit. They've been lining all this shit up for a while. Y'all was dancing and partying and having a good old time. See, this is what the fuck we've been talking about.
That's why I hate the whole, at least he got a job brigade, because a job ain't nothing spectacular. We need a skill. Black males don't have skills. We talk about all the time how they can't build, they can't change a tire.
But you're wrong, Cassie. Cassie, they have bedroom skills. According to these dusty bitches, they can go ahead and break your hip. They pounding so hard. Bitch, they fucking you so hard because they fucking for food. They hungry. So they trying to cave your goddamn cervix in so that you can be digmatized and give them some of that rice-a-roni.
I mean, because when you think about, you need to have a skill. Like when shit hit the fan, we sit up here, we watch all these movies. I don't even think we pay attention to The Day After Tomorrow, 2012. We don't pay attention to them apocalyptic style type of movies. Well, the shit hits the fan. Who do they snatch up? They snatch up the people that got a skill. Because if we're going to have to rebuild, we need to get our scientists in here. We need to get our doctors in here. We need to get our mathematicians in here. These are people that spend all this time shitting on education. And it's like, no, you need people that could use their brain, get in here, do these calculations. What are these people doing? Everybody want to talk about AI now. And I'm like, yeah, but y'all ain't, what have y'all contributed to that? Absolutely nothing. Y'all talk about some shit. Y'all ain't even got a seat at that table. You ain't done shit. You ain't created shit. You just using shit. That's all they do. They just use shit and don't contribute shit.
Hold on a second, Kyra. Sailor Venus, are you dusty?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yes,
Can
ma'am. Barely.
I just wanted to make an input on what you guys were just talking about as far as different people coming into the communities using the benefits, so forth on. So I have a friend that is on Section 8, and she was letting me know that these Section 8 apartments, what they're doing is they're kind of like cycling people out. They get new management, and the new management are Hispanics, and they don't want to work with Black people. They're usually like, Exactly. So
going,
is he like really
listen,
mean?
Sailor Venus, they're not going to have anywhere to go. The
Mm-hmm.
humanitarian crisis that they're talking about, they ain't seen shit yet. We talking about
Mm-hmm.
homeless children. We're talking about hungry children with snot and tears coming down their fucking face. It's on its way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Tory Lanez doesn't get a new trial. Go.
Yeah. So she was saying that the managers are Hispanics and they look out more for Hispanic people. Like they're
They're
really nice to
supposed to.
them and they try to
They're
get them into the apartments
okay.
and they try to like
They're
kick out
supposed to.
the black women.
They're supposed to. They're
Yeah.
supposed to. Okay. I know that seems unfair, but they're supposed to. They're doing what your men were supposed to do for you. So when you see other groups of people tossing other groups of women to the side, please know that's what they are supposed to do. Just because black males don't do it doesn't mean that other males are not on the job. They on the job. They're going to give their resources to Maria, not to Gloctavia.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. So now she's living with her mom, but the sad thing is she's
I guess
still
her internet went out
looking.
because she fell off.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you. I can still hear her.
So
Okay,
what
go
she's
ahead,
trying to
honey.
do
Sorry.
now is look for a man to help her out of her situation because she has 3 kids living with her mom. She lost her Section 8 apartment. And it's just like, I have to tell her there's no black man, no magical unicorn black man that's going to save you. One, they don't even want you. You already got 3 kids now. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, thank you for sharing. We
No
already knew it
problem.
was coming. I appreciate you, Sailor Venus. It's going to get ugly. And y'all, I don't mean to laugh, but when you've told somebody something over and over and over and over, and all you get is, you guys are mammies. You guys are embarrassing. Well, then when I see your ass hungry, please pardon the smile on my face. Because when I see motherfuckers get they just due, it tends to make me show all 32 of my motherfucking teeth, bitch.
And
It
guess what?
does.
They have treated everybody else so nasty and showed their ass and act a damn fool. They are gonna be hard pressed to find any group that's gonna have any sympathy in a minute. Look at how you just stood around cursing everybody out, tearing up their stores, showing your motherfucking ass. And so where y'all think the sympathy gonna come from? Like, but then when we say shit like that, oh, they just trying to kiss these other people ass. They just the C words and all this shit. They just ain't nothing but a bunch of bad wenches. And it's like, now we was trying to actually tell you motherfuckers what was coming down the pipeline, but nobody wanted to hear it. And now that this shit is showing up, now you're starting to see it may have been some truth to that. Well, go ahead, Kyra.
Well, a couple things. One, again, black males don't have skills, either highly educated or highly skilled skills. Like, I'm not talking about the bus driver. I'm talking about where's the electrician? Where's the plumber? Where's the carpenter? Someone who actually has skilled labor that can build something. Now, we know good and well, Jose, they can throw up a house in a good minute. The whole
telling you.
can Tyrone do that? They've had ample opportunity, and y'all know DZ, Aaliyah, and I, we're in Atlanta. You would think we would have a black business district, black business ownership here where you can rely on them. Hell no. But guess what? The carnicerias are here, the super H's are here. All this shit from other groups are built and they have their own communities. But black males, which is supposed to, and Atlanta's supposed to be the, unicorn capital for blacks, they had not built a damn thing.
I'm glad you brought that up real quick.
CPACs.
Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm glad she brought that up. Seriously, let me go up a little bit because y'all, I'm telling you, she brought up the hotels and all the shit here. There's an abandoned hotel in Atlanta. Okay. I believe it's in College Park, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let me show you what the black men turned it into because they kind of abandoned the shit. Where the fuck is that video? I hope I didn't take it down. I might have taken it down from here. I'm gonna have to put the shit put it in the comments once this is over. But let me tell you what they turned it into. It is a sex trafficking hotel where the health department went in there and y'all, they were testing the toilet paper and all the shit here because they finally shut it down. There were crabs on the fucking toilet paper. Do you understand me? There were multiple samples of semen on the bed sheets. Okay? We're talking about different strains of mole in the corner. That is what black men build. Point blank the fuck period. Now you can keep playing if you want to and hold on to this shit. Maybe, I don't know, does shea butter get mold up out of the corners? I'm not sure. I got to remember to put that video down in the goddamn chat when I'm done. But darlings, you better run as far away from these motherfuckers as you can. And I mean seriously. And that includes their children. Their children are honing their skills in robbery, homicides, and all that shit. Let's go.
PD says 4 kids, one as young as 11, went on a crime spree this weekend.
2 of those juveniles ended up in the hospital after police say one of their victims pulled out his own gun and shot them. Natasha Robin has more from Gentilly.
For that to happen, it terrified everybody on this whole entire block. Very terrified everybody because we're not used to this.
Police say 4 juveniles between the ages of 16 and just 11 years old went on a crime spree Sunday. It was here in the 4900 block of Eastern Street in Gentilly, where investigators say they pulled up in a red SUV behind a man pulling into a driveway.
They approached him, and when they approached him, they had some words and everything. Then out the blue, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the young man tried to rob him. And that's when he defended himself by shooting back.
Investigators say around 4 in the afternoon, 2 of the young gunmen got out of the SUV and tried to rob the victim. That's when police say the victim pulled out his own gun, fired at the suspects.
This is why y'all need to be armed, because a lot of this shit can stop. I don't care if they're kids. If they are engaging in shit like this, hey, you just forfeited your innocent goddamn car. You don't walk up here with a goddamn gun pointing it at people and thinking you're getting ready to take their property. We're getting ready to show you what real life is. You want to do the pew, 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 pew? Well, let's do it then, you little bastard. Y'all better get y'all kids. But y'all got other things to worry about right now, like being put out your own neighborhoods and becoming obsolete.
2 of them, a 13 and 11-year-old, were shot in the leg. They jumped back into the red SUV and took off. Neighbors heard the gunfire and ran outside.
Came out, looked down the street, seen an automobile coming down the street, hit a tree, then it hit this light pole right here. 4 young men jumped out, ran down the street.
Officers say they located the 4 juveniles a couple of blocks away at Selma Street and Peoples Avenue. The red SUV, investigators say, was reported stolen earlier Sunday from Press Drive. Then they say the young gunman used the same vehicle to commit an attempted robbery in the 2400 block of J Street, and then an armed carjacking in the 6400 block of Painter Street.
In this neighborhood, I usually don't have any crime or anything, but just how the city going right now is pretty much all over the city. It can be anywhere.
People who live in the area say they're fed up with juvenile crime infiltrating their normally quiet neighborhoods.
That's the problem that I'm having, that we as adults have to protect ourselves from young kids that really don't have the knowledge.
And there's the excuses. There's the excuses. We have to protect ourselves as adults from the kids. He should just stop right there because they don't have the knowledge. Bullshit. It's a bunch of grown people around here that don't know how to operate a gun. Those kids know how to operate one. It's a bunch of people around this motherfucker that don't know how to drive a car. Those kids know how to drive a car. Those kids know how to commit robberies. They know when they're in danger. They ran away. They knew to take their ass to the hospital because they got a little pew-pew in their fucking leg. So if you keep on with the excuses, then this is going to continue to happen. But no worries, people. They're going to be removing you and these little bastards out of the community because you had hundreds of years to go ahead and get them all the way together and you didn't. I'm done.
More
Go ahead.
products of lazy parenting. That's just all it is. More product. This is what you get when you sit up and pretty much let your kids raise themselves while you do absolutely nothing. These are just products of lazy parenting. And I'm pretty sure they think that they did a good job. I did the best I could. And okay. Yeah. And we saw what your best has, the results that your best has yielded. We see that.
I ain't going nowhere yet, y'all. I wanted to show y'all something real quick. I wanted to show y'all something real quick. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. All right. Share system audio. Damn. Let me see if I'm doing something wrong here because y'all are going to be pleasantly surprised if I can get this shit to work. Share screen. Nah, it ain't going to let me show y'all. But the surprise was Aaliyah, Snapple, Kyra, Homelander's in the back. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal, y'all. Homeland, I told y'all when she was here last time that she was giving me scissoring vibes, right? She's giving me scissoring vibes. There's nothing here being said that you like, so why are you here? I told y'all before that Homelander was going to be divested before it's all over with, and I mean that shit. Homelander knows that we're telling the truth. She knows good and goddamn well what we're saying makes sense. That's why she can't stay away. Homelander, I see you in the back, but I don't have time for your nonsense tonight. Okay, I don't want to hear your voice. You're just aggravating. Whenever you get ready to divest, we will welcome you with open arms. But we've literally heard everything that you have to say, and all of it is hot, funky, fucking garbage, right?
Are you sure that's not that other bitch that used to call up here all the time under that another name? I forgot what her name was. We hadn't heard from her in a while. I'm wondering if that's that same bitch.
I think it's the same personally because it's about
Keisha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Loki
sound
sound like
different.
her.
Well, let's see. Homelander, ma'am, what? And you better hurry up and come off mute, or this shit is over because I got other shit to talk about. All right, bye, bitch. She
paused.
Yeah,
she
she don't have
paused
nothing to
eating her
say.
mud pies for a minute to come back and visit us.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. That sitting on mute for fucking 10 seconds and then finally saying, DZ, I'm not on mute, so on and so forth. Let me move this down. Ladies, I hope y'all learned something tonight because here's the deal. I know that we talk a lot of shit and you hear bitch this, bitch that, motherfuck this, fuck that, blah, 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 fucking blah. But sift through all of our cuss words, right? And know the shit is coming. It's coming. Even though you don't agree with me on some shit, take the meat, right? Spit out the bones and take care of your fucking self. Okay? The way y'all are going, y'all are making it to where motherfuckers can do shit like this. And this is gonna be the last thing I say up here for the night because I gotta go to Discord and talk about some stuff. But how is this able to happen?
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
How the fuck did he get 22 of y'all pregnant? Did y'all see his fucking face? Am I missing something here? Is there some sort of special juice or mojo potion that these motherfuckers got? How on earth does he have 22 baby mothers? And Jamaican mammies, I need you to chime in, right? Because you said they were better, right? And the other American black women that have bought into the diaspora bullshit, I need you to chime in. How the fuck did that happen? Let's play that back.
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
That motherfucker said that he's a real bad man. They don't even have to hide the shit from you. They telling you that they're disgusting and you going right for it. How does that work? Po baby, don't be that desperate, please. It was his mouth for me when he said real. He cocked that top lip up by his right nostril and was like, real bad man. And that's all of them, ladies. All of them. Anybody got anything?
He's sitting there looking like I don't know what the fuck he looked like. Like he a damn near corpse or some shit. He look a mess. I mean, these are some of the most unattractive men. I don't get the appeal. I never have. It's like they look a mess. You have not, out of everybody you've shown, all these different pictures, name one. Let me know which one of them was even remotely attractive.
Girl, I bet that motherfucker smell like bean pies and passport ink. Do you understand me? Look, I'm the fuck up out of here. See y'all on Friday round this bitch. Love you. And I mean that shit. Bye.
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 Bye, y'all.